hours of games together served the three of us well. Most professional gamers have a certain level of respect for someone who can put up strong matches even if they don't have great results. While Stunt and Reaver have playstyles as wildly different as their personalities, both are formidable opponents. Golden Zone Fire's peak time passed about an hour ago. While it's not nearly as empty as it was when the Reaver arrived, there's enough room that we have a relatively quiet section to ourselves. Hey, Reaver Excel told me that you know all three races. Why are you only playing Terran? Terran is the best choice given the current metagame. It is also the only race that earns 100% of its wins. Blunt, but I can't deny her logic, especially when she puts such a strong match. She's pretty biased when it comes to game balance though. I've got to say, Stunt's unit control is pretty ridiculously precise. It's a shame he only puts it to use with his so-called innovative strategies. Aggro. Jet's on her way with some good news, or so a text from her says, but only thing that's keeping my mind off her imminent arrival is the game between Stunt and Reaver unfolding ahead of me. Stunt's going to Proxy 2 Gate yet again. Reaver scouted 4 of the 5 last times he's tried it. He's just been stubborn at this point. Still, the map is well suited for this build. He's already managed to kill us SCV with some good probe micro. SCV being the builders. Proxy 2 Gate is, dare I say it, aggressive. You should have picked that up by now though. Reaver's defense is formulaic as always, so far it's working, but she's in for a bit of surprise after I sneak glance at Stunt's screen. A half-dozen probes stream up Reaver's map and cut off an exit for the 2 Marines kiting a pair of zealots. The Protoss units close the distance and slice the pair of Marines to pieces, securing a massive advantage that Stunt carries into a victory. Stunt pushes away from his monitor and stands, hands on his hips. So hang on a minute, he's lost the last 4 out of 5 games, wins another, so that's 4 out of 6 he's lost, 2 out of 6 he's won, and he's being triumphant about it. Easy! Reaver doesn't let it faze her, she rotates her chair and shrugs. Unorthodox and inconsistent, but it worked, I will admit. Stunt basks in the glory for a moment longer before something behind me catches his attention. I follow his gaze to find Jet and a man in a business suit walking towards us. He seems out of place dressed so well in a PC bang. He looks evil. Just because he's in a suit doesn't mean that he has to be a lawyer. I mean, evil. Sorry, synonyms, hard to tell sometimes. Mac and Reaver, right? This is Mr. Kim, VP of Partnerships at Enoch Group. His company is looking to get into esports. The casual timbre of her voice and the pained look on her face says it all. Do not screw this up. I tighten up my posture and lower my head in a bow at the executive. So hang on. Why couldn't she just tell us this beforehand? Hi, I'm coming. Don't make Stunt say anything fucking stupid. It's nice to meet you, Mr. King. What does your company do? And realised too late that I probably shouldn't have admitted I've never heard of Enoch. Jet seethes through her teeth, but Mr. Kim takes my question with an easy smile, offers me his business card. That doesn't mean anything. What? Oh good, so his telephone number also has an X in it. I don't think this is a real business card. We're in a handful of markets and offer a variety of business services, consulting, marketing and a few other things. Oh, that sounds important. Oh my god. And vague, though I don't say that. Truth be told, I'm pretty much clueless when it comes down to business-related things. Really? Oh, I'm into marketing! Lol, I don't understand I don't understand business things. God, what do you take me for? Really? Stunt and Reaver's deer-in-the-headlights silence isn't exactly helping either. But it's as Jet says, esports is a fascinating industry with strong potential for continued growth. In StarCraft. I'm particularly interested in strategic opportunities based on its unique qualities. I propose the idea of sponsoring a fresh team to Enoch's board, but for now we're just shopping around. He pauses to observe my reaction. I get a strong feeling that this guy's a pro at negotiation. We're not. A pro in negotiation. Wow. As if she suspects the very same thing, Jet steps forward to prevent me from saying anything that could take away her leverage. As I said before, we're still not ready to accept any offers. You have our interest, but we're keeping our option open for the time being. Of course, there's no rush. I merely wanted the chance to introduce myself. And we've got plenty to discuss. Thank you for the ride, Mr. Kim. It was no trouble. We'll be in touch. And with that, the businessman departs just as quickly as he arrived. It's only once he's gone that I realise just how tense my shoulders are. It's where Jet comes up to me and slaps me. What the fuck was that? That guy looks like a secret agent or an insider. Can we name our team that? Secret agents? Is this Stunt, Mac? She thumbs in his direction and turns back to him when I nod. Shut up, Stunt. We're probably going to have to name our team after his company. And I've been coming up with all kinds of mascots and taglines. Team Enoch? That's so lame. With a sigh, Stunt sinks down in his chair. Jet does her best to ignore him. So these are the two you managed to pick up. Stunt and Reaver. A cafe whelp and a ladder hero and a literal who foreigner. The three of us don't have anything to say to that, so she continues. Alright, whatever. We're going to make this work one way or another. All that's left for us is to recruit a coach. Got anyone in mind? Not particularly. VIP hasn't exactly been great for networking outside of the team. They're pretty much done for as soon as I leave. The ease with which she delivers that judgment leaves me taken aback. I guess if she's going to sever ties with her old teammate, she can't afford to second guess herself, a brutal and unfortunate necessity. How did you know Mr. Kim then? We've only just met. I asked around if anyone knew of a decent sponsorship opportunities and an old Brood War friend pointed me in his direction. Fortunate, a coach should be relatively easy to acquire with word that a sponsor is already back to us. Reaver stares unblinkingly at no one in particular. It's a little bit creepy just how calculating she looks. Right, anyway, I can handle the rest. You three just need to focus on practice, hear me? Yep. Yes. Yeah. Good, I'll keep you posted on developments. If everything goes as planned, we'll be registered and ready to rock by the week's end. The next VSTL starts 2 weekends after that. The fire burning in Jet's eyes is a refreshing sight, but I can only promise so much to Stunt and Reaver. But for them to see a proven player like Jet get behind the team has to be motivating. Damn straight it does! I need to get back to the VIP team house. It's about time I let them know that I'm not re-signing. Mac, give these two my number, text me if you need something. Before I can even respond, Jet is halfway to the door. Rather than dwell on her words or sit in silence, Stunt bounces to his feet and clenches a fist forward. You heard our chumps, more practice! I'm afraid not. I must be getting home. Jet is not the only one with preparations to make. Yeah, same. Don't let us stop you, though. Fine. Let it be known that I begged and pleaded for practice partners. I was cruelly denied by my own teammates. What the fuck is he on? Whatever. Stunt's theatrical complaints don't end until I follow Reaver out into the street. Through the door's window, he gives us a sour face and then returns to his PC. Why doesn't he go to his mum's PC place at this point? It's free for him. Whatever. His ear's a bit childish. Well, he's still a kid. The two of us start heading in the same direction by coincidence, though neither of us bring it up as we share simple conversation. Is she the store owner's son? Son. Daughter, sorry. Because they have to have introduced him for a reason. Surely. Whatever. I ask her about build orders and she asks me about foreign tournaments. Reaver reacts with surprise when I inform her of antics of foreign FPS pro gamers. That's first-person shooters like Call of Duty, but you should know that. Would shouting insults at each other mid-match not disrupt their ability to communicate? No idea. All I know is they got loud enough to hear from the open bracket area. Curious. Our small talk is cut short when she heads for a subway tunnel located along my route home. Just before she descends the tall steps, Reaver turns around and offers a rare smile. Goodbye, Mac. It was nice to meet you. Bye. Catch you online. When she's gone, I'm left to think over the day's events alone. Mr. Kim, Enoch, this is all too good to be true. It feels right to be wary. Too many aspiring pro gamers have had their fledgling careers dashed to pieces by stupid mistakes and broken promises. I can't let myself be one of them. Maybe I've earned the chance to rest, to congratulate myself. No, that's not how that works. But I won't. Not yet. Damn straight. We're going to get home, we're going to practice, we are going to have all of the funs. Lately, the streets haven't seemed so foreign or confusing. It might just be because I stick to the same route every time I walk to Golden Zone 5, but I like to think I've really started to figure out life as a foreigner. Little more than a month in, I'm sure. You'll look back in a year from now and realise how naive that was. I've settled into a routine that works for me. A few hours of ladder in the morning, then I hang out at the cafe with whoever shows up that day. Practice, talk strategy, maybe grab some food, then we go our separate ways. It's enough to satisfy me, while still offering plenty of free time to keep from burning out. It's not a champion's regimen, but it should suffice, hopefully. Jet is always pushing me to practice longer, but it's hard to see the point. What's 10 hours going to do that 6 hours doesn't? Really? You just said that. Yeah, what's more time practicing going to do than less time practicing? Jeez. Really? I haven't seen that bolt guy at Golden Zone fire since I challenged him, luckily. I was anxious about the possibility of running into him again. A confrontation when I'm supposed to be training is the last thing I need. We were the ones who started it last time. I think he's more than happy just to ignore us. Familiar landmarks crop up one by one. It's not long before the cafe comes into view, busy as it is always is on the weekends. I squeeze past a half-dozen middle schoolers and make my way out to our quiet corner. Yo, what took you? We've been waiting for you for so long. Don't listen to him. He got here just before you did. Stunt scowls and sinks down in his chair. I try not to smile. Oh, come on, like she wasn't going to rat you out. Jesus. Reaver's a no-show again. Messaged me this morning that she wanted to stay in a ladder. Is Excel coming? I know Crash has Team League tonight. No, he mentioned that he was some last-minute build prep to take care of. Who are they playing again? Kane, I think. Right. There are a lot of advantages for players on a team. Recognition, housing, practice, salary. But getting to play in a team league is one of the biggest perks, period. Sure. A lot of young StarCraft talent... I think the salary's more important, I'll be honest with you here. A lot of young StarCraft talent breaks out in VSTL. Matches against top players are usually rare for those that aren't qualified for VSSTL, but not in Team League. For an amateur, a win there is more than a sign of good things to come. Did Excel tell you anything about the team's plan? Jet shakes her head before successfully snatching Stunt's phone out of his hand. She rolls it in the space between her fingers and turns back to me. Don't be so naive, Mac. Excel and I may be friends, but that sort of information isn't something you can give away freely. Stunt groups his phone, a pout set across his face. Jet dodges a few times before willingly relinquishing the device. He looks like he wants to punch her. Maybe you shouldn't go doing that to your team manager. Stop ignoring us, it's rude. Whatever, you quit lecturing Mac. Their eyes battle briefly before Jet concedes, glancing away with a dismissive gesture. Stunt savours his fleeting victory with a grin before dropping the phone to the table. It's rare to find someone willing to share their strategies openly. Maybe it's different in the foreign scene, but not here. I lost to an amazing one-base all-in build on ladder a week back. Sent the guy a message asking for a few replays. He told me to kill myself. That does sound like ladder, to be fair. that does sound completely probable. You don't need to look so pleased about it. Sheesh. However, there's one exception. That being... if a foreigner eliminates a Korean player, our team will sometimes band together and send replays for his next opponent's study. It's a matter of national pride at that point, been that way since Brood War. That's a rumour I've heard before. Replays can be invaluable in preparing for a specific player. What could be more useful than an exact recording of someone's strategies and tactics? I don't know. See, I'm reading this and all I'm hearing is Korea is racist. That's the message they're really trying to put across. At least Jet has the courtesy to look vaguely apologetic. I nod, doing my best not to look too surprised. How much do Korean players practice for Team League? The same as the individual leagues? Or depends, not less, if they aren't taking home at least top 8 in Solo League? StarCraft may be a one-on-one game, but teams can't always be sponsored on the back of individuals. Really? Don't think that gives you the right to neglect your Solo League. Admittedly, VSTL is secondary to VSL. If any of you fail to qualify, I'll make you a slave of my practice house. Call your jets Jet and have little confidence in us. Call your jets Jet. This is Korean. I doubt that's said the same way. When you inspire confidence, I will. Remind me again how you placed in the last qualifier. Stunt wrinkles his nose and takes the opportunity to return to his cell phone game. Even between teammates, StarCraft's competitive nature thrives. Only because he was sort of being a bit cocky when not really doing so well beforehand. Silence lingers until I decide to speak up, if only to break the tension. Why don't we go watch Excel play tonight? I'm sure he'll appreciate the support. They simultaneously glance up at me, then each other, more silence. I'm ready to give up when Jet speaks. That's a good idea. I've been meaning to speak with Excel anyway. Sounds like fun. Let's bet on the games though. Gambling, I shouldn't be surprised. You play Protoss after... What does that even mean? I'm offended as a Protoss player. 25,000 on Crash. I'll take that bet any day. Wait, I'm not done. 25,001 on Crash, but if XL all kills you, pay double. Stunt pauses, chewing over the odds with a contorted look on his face. All kills are incredibly rare. It's hard enough for one player to single-handedly defeat more than one opponent, let alone an entire team. Okay, so I didn't know what all kill was. Apparently it's when you just take on the entirety of the other team and win. With his decision made, Stunt slams down a fist hard enough to draw a few glances from a nearby table. Deal. The match won't be on for another few hours, so you'll have plenty of time to regret your mistake while I'm kicking your ass. I want to try out this new build making the rounds called 2 Base Immortal All-In. That is a new build, you are right. Next on his itinerary, he's going to build the wheel. No, it crushes Zerg, or they're saying on the forums. Let's go. Hey Mac, come watch learn a few things about how to play PvZ like a hero. That's useless, and I need to message any... He doesn't wait for me to finish my thought before bolting for an open PC. I live with Jet, who takes her time in joining Stunt. He's funny. Funny doesn't win games. Jet seems conspicuously pensive as she rises to head over to a machine. Just as she turns to leave, she stops and looks back at me. You did good, rookie. It's not that. Mac. Do you think that teammates have to be friends? Eh? What do you mean? The question is straightforward. Yes or no? Do teammates need to be friends? Well, yes. You can't have people... In sport, it's fine because there's lots of people. So in something like football, it's fine if 2 people don't get along. They barely have to speak to each other. But when a team is 4 people strong, then yes, they probably have to get on. You can't have them all hating each other. Yes. What? Of course they should. Why wouldn't you be friends with the people you live and practice with? It's not that simple. What are you supposed to do if your teammate can't perform and needs to be replaced? What if your friendship keeps you from offering honest criticism, the type that hurts to hear? Nobody is expected to be friends with their co-workers at an office job. No, but it helps. You act cordial and work together to get something done. That's it. There's no reason that esports should be any different. It's not the same. Can you honestly say you'd be as motivated to turn around a losing set for a bunch of strangers than your friends? You're not being realistic. In any case, you did well to recruit Stunt and Reaver. I appreciate it. I'll take care of the rest. Be around Golden Zone Fire every single day for the next week or so and practice. Practice a lot. She answers my nod before taking off in Stunt's direction. She doesn't half come out with some random shite sometimes. Jesus.